Hi everyone, I was asked today, so what are company property fields? Let's discover that. So let's have a look at that and go in the contacts right here and have a look at one of the contacts, especially one of the fields that could be thought of company dependent. If we have a look at this field, that is the account receivable, you will see that behind we have an account, so in the accounting module, but the name of the field is property underscore account receivable ID. It's a many-to-one, so there should be supposedly only one value behind. But if you have a look at something like here, we have the number that is 400,000 for the customers, 440 for the suppliers. But if I go to the Spanish company, so same database, and I'm going here and we see the numbers change. That's normal. We want to keep the same contact, but make it possible for one company to the other to, of course, target a different account because it's a different chart of account in a different company. How do we do that? It's simply the idea of keeping a many-to-one field instead of having a one-to-many with different values depending on the company, and have this information being recorded inside Odoo. If you want to see where it is located, you can go simply in the settings, typing the properties here, properties, and you will see company properties. And if you look for the name of the field, you will see one value that is here, and that's quite simple. It's the only value that we have at the moment for that field in particular, which is the account receivable on the contact. You see it's a many-to-one field. It's for the company, Belgian company, and it is going to be the account 160. And if I want to double check this one, I could be opening a new view here, and let's check a new window, and let's check on the chart of account. So I could do that, maybe chart of account, and look for the one whose ID is 160. We'll find the customer's one. So that's great. That's what we wanted. It's important to consider that if I want to create a new contact, it is also going to benefit from that information here on the Spanish one or on the Belgian one. If I create a new contact, I will see here that again, this value that we selected in the company properties will impact the default value that we want here. It is also possible to change it. So if I create a new customer, like the customer for the POS, and I create a new contact here, my test contact, for example, I do this, and then I say, yeah, but this one I would like to reuse for whatever reason, another account receivable. Of course, here, going back to the company properties, now I have a second one. And you see that only for the partner number 44, I have a different account that is 161. So here you see you can change that value if you want, but then we are going to have a difference between no specific resource, like no specific contact, and the fact that for this one we have the contact number 44 or the rest partner number 44. If you want to know how you can find those different property fields, it's not too complicated if you know how to look for that in the code. Those fields usually are called company dependent, and so looking at the property account receivable ID, you will see that what matters here is the company dependent field. And that's why we're going to say, okay, you will have fields that will switch and be a bit different from company to company. And if I have a look at this, maybe I can select that. And you see on the, by the way, on the partner here, you see it in the account module. We have a few like the payable ID, of course, it's the other account. You have the fiscal position, the payment terms. So all those kind of things, of course, they need to switch from one company to the other. And if you are interested to know more about those kind of property fields, you can simply have a look here at the different ones that are company dependent equals true, and you are going to find lots of them, and they are very, very useful in Odoo.